Two or different tables or multiple. Okay, so the relationship between different tables, and then we moved on to extracting the auditor report, downloading the auditor report, and then extracting it and having it on the database, which is the MD Water Services. Okay, so from there we imported the table into the benchwork, and we got some columns out according to the instructions that we have here. So here is where we ended yesterday, where we extracted the auditor location through water source score, visit location record ID, and then subjective quality score. And here is where we will start today. That's page 10, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm right. Please, whose mic is that? Who is that?
Don't worry, you can proceed.
Okay, so I'm asking, where we stopped yesterday, was it page 10? Michael, you were the one reading from you were the one who read to us yesterday. Was it page 10?
Hold on, 1 minute, please. Linking to hold on. We passed page 10 yesterday.
Okay, we did.
Sorry.
I'm not sure we didn't pass page.
We are at page 12.
Yeah.
Where we need to remove. Have we? Hold on.
No, not page 12. No. Because on our table we don't have employee 4 yet.
10.
So it's 10. Right, so I'll just take it from where we stopped yesterday. So where we stopped yesterday was, now that we have the record ID for each location, our next step is to retrieve the corresponding scores from the water quality table. We are particularly interested in the subjective quality score. To do this, we will join the visits table and the quality and the water quality table using the record ID as the connecting key. So we did that yesterday, and we'll be proceeding to the next task. Now, it doesn't matter if your columns are in a different format, which I checked, and it was in a different format actually, because we are about to clean this up a bit. Since it is a duplicate, all right, I'm not sure we made a duplicate yesterday, so it means that we'll have to duplicate it today so that we don't mess it up. We can drop one of the location ID columns. Let's leave record ID and rename the scores to surveyor score and auditor score, to make it clear which scores we are looking at in the result set. All right, so the task here is to drop location ID. Yeah, so we have to drop location. If you check our table very, I don't know if you have worked on it. The workbench, you have it, right? Feromi, the one I sent to the group, do you have it?
Yes, it's already on the screen. Who is sharing screen?
I think she's the one. Oh yeah, she's the one. She's sharing it already. Okay, good. Okay, sorry. Don't come out. Okay. All right, so if you check the table, you can quickly help us run the alternatively, that query. Help us run it. But don't include use. Yeah, you can remove that use. Okay, good. Thank you. So if you check the table very well, we have the auditor location, true water source score, visit location, record ID, and subjective quality score. Okay, so here it says it doesn't matter if your columns are in different formats because we're about to clean this up a bit. Since it is a duplicate, so first thing first, we have to make a duplicate. So please, can you help us duplicate that? Please, who can guide us on how to duplicate? I think everyone should know that. Please, who can guide us on how to make a duplicate or make a copy of the present table? But wait, before we duplicate, it says we can drop one of the location ID columns. So which one is the location ID columns? Because, okay, we have two location ID. That's the audit location and visit location. Okay, so here it says we should drop one of the location because it is the same. But let's check if it's the same first of all. Okay, so it's the same. Thank you. So it's the same. It means that we can drop one. All right. We need to drop one of the columns, please. But before we drop one of the columns, we need to duplicate it. So please, who can help us? We need two things to do now. Duplicate first and then drop one of the location ID columns. Who can guide us, please? Wait, I should call names.
Just can you read the question again? So we have to duplicate.
Okay, let me read it again. It says it doesn't matter. Let me take it slowly now. It doesn't matter if your columns are in different formats because we are about to clean this up a bit. Since it is a duplicate, we can drop one of the location columns. Okay, so I think what it means, when it says since it's a duplicate, it means that we have two location ID. So that's the duplicate they are talking about. So we don't need to make a duplicate of the whole table. That's the columns. So it means that we have duplicate, means audit location, and I don't know if it's the same with our own. We have audit location and what's the second location? Visit location. So a duplicate means there are two of them. There are two of them, which is the same. So since it's a duplicate, we won't have any problem. We are cleaning it up. So we need to drop one of this column now. Please, who can guide us on how to drop that? One of the columns, either visit location or audit location, just one of the ID, location ID. Somebody please help. Okay, Temitope. Oh, Temitope, all right, go ahead. Thank you.
I think we'll just copy the story we had before and then paste it again. Remove one of the locations that we asked to remove and
Okay.
rename the column that we asked to remove.
Okay, good.
No. Don't do that. Just Ctrl Z. Copy the entire thing again. Ctrl Z and the
Yeah, that's it. That's the entire thing because I already recopied it. We were about to do it yesterday when the call ended. So that is it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you said I should rename.
So we are removing any of the two location ID.
No, keep it here. I think you said you mentioned earlier that we should remove one location.
No, it didn't specify the particular location. It just says we can drop one of the location ID columns since it's a duplicate. Let's see. It says, okay, I should take it again.
No, just continue from where you just stopped.
I should continue. Okay. Let's leave record ID and rename the scores to surveyor score. So we are renaming record ID to surveyor score.
So record ID as from the select
Sorry, Temtope, I can't hear you well.
I think the record ID, the visitors record from select. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Visit dot record ID as surveyor. No, not there, not there. Okay, oh, you're right. That's not my fault.
Sir?
Now continue. When you click on something, you can tell me.
I'm struggling to hear you actually.
You've deleted the V.
Okay, so I should add it.
Yes, so in front of record ID,
Uh-huh.
right now, move your cursor, record ID
Uh-huh. Yeah.
as so this is what I meant to rename. What's the name I'm supposed to rename?
Okay,
Daniel.
you're supposed to rename. Okay, come, let me repeat it again. Let's leave record ID and rename the scores. So it means there are two scores. And rename the scores to surveyor score and auditor score to make it clear which scores we are looking at in the result set.
Okay, so that means it shouldn't be the name should be subject quality score.
As what?
Surveyor.
So which one are we renaming record ID? Are we renaming record ID? Okay, we are leaving record ID. We are renaming True Water Score.
And we have to,
Yeah. Okay. So we're renaming the
but
True.
then please from yesterday, which
Yeah.
of the tables? I think the auditor's table or is it the auditor's table that adds the True Water source? So we need it
The
correctly.
True Water source
Do you
score.
remember?
Let me check.
Yes, water which table?
Let me
I
check.
think it was on water quality.
Oh, subjective, no, it's subjective that is from water quality. Let me check. Sorry. And True Water, yeah, True Water source score is from auditor report.
That is correct.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
I think. I want to thank you.
Yeah. So we're supposed to rename. Have we renamed that now?
Yeah.
Which one?
The surveyor score and auditor score.
Have we run it?
Check the table.
Yes, I
Hold
have.
on, just where is the
Okay.
table?
Perfect. According to what is here. I hope I'm right. Okay. So I'm seeing employee score here. I don't know why we have employee score. On the table, there's no employee score. Okay. So rename the
Yes,
scores to
that is
surveyor
good.
score and auditor score. What do you say? Are you talking to me?
Is it
Hello?
what we have? Is it what is what?
Well, if for,
I am.
I can hear you now.
What we have here is it the same thing as what we have?
Is it the same thing as what we have in the guide?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. The only difference is I'm seeing on one of the column, I'm seeing employee score. instead of probably instead of surveyor score, I'm saying employee score. But if we go by the instruction we have, we're supposed to have surveyor score, not employee score. So I would say we're on track. Yeah. So the next thing is, since we are joining 1,620 rules of data, we want to keep track of the number of rules we get each time we run a query. So we can either set the maximum number of rules we want from limit to 1,000 rules, or to a larger number like 10,000. Or we can force SQL to give us all of the results using limit 10,000. So I think we should just do that to limit 10,000. Oh, you already set it to don't limit. That's fine. Okay. All right, so let's move. Okay, let's analyze. A good starting point is to check if the auditors and the employee score agree. That's if the auditor and surveyor score agree. There are many ways to do it. We can have a where clause and check if surveyor score equals auditor score, or we can subtract the two scores and check if the result is 0. You try and figure this out. You try and figure this one out. If you run into an error, remember that you can't use aliases in where. So you have to use the same name as in the select part, like this. Okay. So do I need to so what we're supposed to do here is we want to check if the two columns, that's the auditor score and the surveyor score, agree. And so it's telling us how to go about it. We can have a where clause and check if surveyor score equals auditor score, or we can subtract the two scores and check if the result is 0. And you try and figure this out if you run into an error. So first of all, let's check if it is the same. So please, who's going to guide us? For them to have said if we're going to run into error, it means that we're likely going to run into error. So who's going to guide us on how to check who's going to help us on how to check if the columns agree? Anybody? Michael, do you want to help us with that? I can't even see everyone on the call. Idris, do you want to help us? Hello, Idris.
I'm just joining. I don't know what I've said before now. I'm just trying to catch up with what you're saying.
Okay, it's actually not. So here is the table as displayed on the screen. We want to check if the auditor score and the surveyor score agree. Like because they are supposed to be the same, right? We want to check if they agree. If you check the columns very well and check the numbers in the two columns, you see that they are the same, 113300. So we want to be sure. We have about 1,620 rules. So we want to be sure if all the numbers are the same. Of course, just staring at the screen, we can see that I can see already two differences from the two columns. So we want to check if that's not the only number or row that does not agree, or if that's the only number that agrees. Okay, if that's the only row that agrees. So how do we check that? I think we already have a guide there. If you check your what's it called? The guide from the integrated project 19.1. You see, it says we should analyze. Can you hear me?
Idris? Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you.
Okay, so it says there are many ways to do it. Okay, let me take it. So let's analyze. A good
Can you share
starting
the
point.
PDF?
What?
Can you share the PDF? I'm not on my system. I think.
Oh, I should share the PDF.
Yeah.
Whoa. Uh,
Okay, then no. Okay, continue what you're saying. Let me.
oh, okay. So, okay. So he said, okay, let's analyze. A good starting point is to check if the auditors and surveyor score agree. Please, Michael, can you help me check this? Why is it saying employee score here? And on the table, we have surveyor score.
I think the person that took that part named it surveyor score. That's what they ask you to do, right? So, but this surveyor thing, according to the module that we've been reading, the surveyor, the whole Maji Ondogo, were referring to people that actually went to the field as their employee. So their employee, which are surveyors. So I think that's why they named their own employee. But it's the same thing. The surveyor
Okay, because yeah, we just have to be careful so that it does not affect
I feel you, but if that's the case, maybe we should just put employee surveyor in the name then.
Okay. Okay, so employee underscore surveyor, right?